To Life That Matters. My name is Dr. Sharon Norris Elliott.
And I'm Lady Laura Simon.
And we are here once again. Thank you for being with us.
Yes.
If you're new, you're going to want to be with us every week. If you are returning, you already know. Laura and I like to talk just about regular, everyday things. You know, we're not here to preach. We're not here to do, just how about living this life as a Christian?
Yes.
Why? Because our lives matter.
They matter.
Right? They matter on the planet. They matter to God. And because they matter to God, God has all of us at heart.
Yes.
So our lives matter to each other. You know the Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes.
Right? When I first saw that movie, I was thinking, wow, what if each of us could have the experience of realizing what it would be like if we had never been born?
Ooh.
Right? Who have we impacted?
Yeah.
What have we impacted? How have we impacted the environment? All of that.
All of that.
So just realize that your life matters.
Yes.
And so that's what we're here to talk about.
Yes.
And so each week we come up with these, topics that interest us, and we hope it interests you. So I want to make sure to invite you to write in, call in, tell us some topics that you'd like us to just sit here
and talk about.
And talk about just stuff like that. If it's a Bible question, you may have, like the other day, I had a question. How do you explain when Jesus says, "Take up your cross and follow me"?
And follow me.
Like, what does that mean? I don't have a cross.
I don't have a physical cross.
Right. So how would you quickly,
I would say you have to take up your life every day, meaning your everyday practical living. How do you deal with that every day? Because every day your situations that come across your life that you can do right or do wrong. The life part that's right is taking up your cross. You got to do right. We've got to do right.
Okay. Well, that's good. I like that. I didn't know how to answer it. So I asked one of the pastors at
the church. Okay.
What does it mean? Right. And he explained it that each of us has a responsibility, like you said, your purpose or whatever. We have a responsibility to do.
Right.
And we need to take that up and follow Christ with that.
Yes, follow Christ with that.
Right.
That's a good way.
Take up your cross. Take up what's been given to you to carry. Right. Take that and follow Christ with it.
Yeah, get your purpose and make it known. Share it with the people. And I have a tendency to dummy down or not share. Folks do that. A girlfriend and I talk. We pray every day. She's a younger, she's only 40, younger pastor's wife.
And
I am so much older
40.
than that. I know. I know. See the longing. When I talk to her, I'm like, do you see the longing in my eye? Okay.
I don't understand how I got so far past 40. But anyway, that's a different
So that's a different day. It's a different show. But we talk about that. Yeah. And so you gotta, not until you ask me about it. But yeah, that's the love section that we have in marriage, in friendship, in churchship, in everything. Man, you gotta take up your cross. You got look, and I gotta take up my cross with that husband of mine. I gotta take up that cross with Tony Simon.
Okay,
I gotta take up that cross.
You're jumping.
I'm jumping.
The show. Okay.
Okay.
So what we're thinking is we're going to do Bible segment.
Yes.
And then 2 segments of something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far that's kind of been the Bible segment.
Well, we gotta talk about that. Take up your cross.
So what has God called you to do?
Ooh.
Right.
That's
Maybe
a
you're
great
still
question.
thinking about that or you're wondering about it. Even if you're wondering about it, like, where are you?
That's good.
See, where are you in life? For example, you might want to be, let's say, a talk show host.
Right.
But right now, you have toddlers at home.
Or teenagers.
Well, okay, and that's your cross. That's
Yes,
your
that's your cross.
responsibility.
That's good.
Like right now.
Right now.
Right. I remember the song about I Am Woman. Right. Right. I can,
Fry up
I
the
can buy the bacon and fry it up in the pan, or never
some
let you forget
scrambled
your
eggs and
man, or
everything.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we can have it all as women, but what I have learned is that we may not be able to have it all at the same time.
That's it right there.
Yeah, don't
We
worry
may
about
not be able to have it all at the same time. That's
Right.
good. That's good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the time I had at home with my kids. It wasn't a long time, but I was at home with them as infants
Okay.
until they could go to preschool. And then the way I worked it out, or we worked it out in our family, was I taught Christian school at the school where the preschool was.
That was good.
So
Yeah.
they were still with me. Right?
Yes.
Throughout the day, I could be at work. I could be still earning money for the family, but I was where they needed to be learning and being with other kids, and,
Right.
color shapes or whatever it was.
That's right. Application. You
Right.
did.
Other people could teach that to them, but they were in the same location,
Yes.
right?
That's good.
Where I was. And so that's how I worked that out. See what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
But
I see what you mean.
took up my crop while they were infants, right? I didn't pay other people. I'm not besmirching that. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that,
don't
okay,
get it
don't-
twisted.
right.
We're not saying that.
I'm not saying you shouldn't.
Yeah, don't write us and say, "What did you say?"
You say I shouldn't.
No.
I'm just saying for me,
Yeah.
how it worked
Yeah.
was I could be with them while they were infants, changing diaper stage and all that kind of stuff until they could be in the care of somebody else.
And still have
at
a little bit
that
of speaking.
age,
Yeah.
Right. But I was still, with them. There were
You're with them.
several times, right? When the younger one, the older one, when they went to preschool, that the preschool teachers were able to get right to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
that older one was the evangelist.
Oh.
And in preschool at Christmas time, he had all the kids crying.
Yeah,
He
because
told all
they're
the kids, that who didn't exist. I'm not going to say it because you might have little ones in the
Around,
room, but he
yeah.
decided to tell
to share
all the
good
children,
news.
yes, and they were in tears, and so the preschool teachers came
To talk to you.
to talk to me, but I was right there, right? So
In the
take up your cross. What your responsibilities are. Ask God how He wants you to work that out.
right.
That's following Him with the responsibilities.
Exactly.
Right, that you
Yes.
have. Okay, so we want to do a little, like I said, Bible segment.
Yes.
That was our Bible segment. And then we have two other things we want to talk about today's show and next show. The Bible segment will be a bit different. But today, when we are taping, it is the beginning of February.
The beginning.
Yes. And in the United States,
In the United States.
February is African American History Month,
Or Black History
better known
Month.
as Black History Month.
Black History
Now,
Month.
it started out as a week
Yeah.
that in the United States we're going to spend a week, right, focusing on the culture,
right.
right? And then along the line, it's expanded into a month.
A whole month.
Right. Now, first thing I do want to say is whatever culture you are, it is important for you to know about your culture.
And that your culture matters.
Yes, just like life matters. Right. Your culture matters. Now,
Yeah.
because I'm Black, have you noticed?
Yeah.
And Laura, Lady Laura, right?
Yeah.
The fact that we appreciate Black History Month doesn't mean we don't appreciate other people's history.
Right.
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 I can be pro me without being anti you.
Yes, that's good. I like that. I like that.
Right. My pastor says that. So I'm not going to own that. He did
You
say
give
it.
him
I'm
credit.
quoting from him.
What's his name?
Pastor Welton Pleasant
There
II of
you
South
go.
Los
You
Angeles.
gotta, if you're gonna
That
give
was South
credit.
It used to be South Los Angeles, but I went way back.
No, you went way
Christ
back.
Second Baptist Church in Long Beach, California.
There you go.
We
Long
stream,
Beach.
so visit us.
Yes.
Okay, so
Shameless plug.
anyway,
All right.
and while we're talking churches,
Covenant City Fellowship in Santa Ana, California.
yes.
Yes.
And I have been there and really enjoy their church.
Pastor Sejal Simon.
Yes.
Tony Simon.
Pastor Tony Simon
is the pastor.
And I enjoy visiting when I get an opportunity. And
Yeah, because you don't get to be off. You don't get to be
They
off
stream
much.
also, so
Yes,
I
we
get to
do.
see them, on. So anyway,
Okay. Yes.
good old plugs. If you don't have a church to attend,
Think about us.
shame on you. No,
That too.
you should be going to church.
They should.
So that's our second.
Fail not to get together.
That's our second Bible thing.
All right.
For the day.
For the day.
Right.
Okay.
I love the people at our church.
I do
I love the
too.
people at our church. I mean, it's cool. It's really cool. I've been out with the ladies and
Yes. Yes.
Fun. Okay, so we weren't going to talk about that, but that was important. So
That was
needs to be
important.
said.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so back to Black History Month.
Yes.
Okay, so here at the start of Black History Month,
The start.
right, I wanted to talk about the importance, right? Again, here in the United States, we have our special issues, with culture clash, and all of that. And so Black History Month is important. I don't know who said it. I didn't have a time to look it up. You could look it up and you could write it in and you could tell me. Or maybe our, station guy will be looking this up while I'm talking. But whoever said, they who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Do you know who said that?
Oh,
I know it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't us, but I know that
just
one.
said it, yes, but I don't know who said that, but whoever said it, they were right.
They were right.
They were right.
They were
Because
right.
I've learned from history. I like to study history. I like to watch movies about history. Here's one of the big things I've learned from history.
What is it?
All dictatorships come to an end.
They do.
Yeah. And dictatorships, by definition, all that means is that one person is running everything. But the other meaning, the understood meaning, is that it's a bad thing. A dictator is like mean and evil and, what have you. And so dictatorships come to an end. So if I've learned that from history, I should learn not to start one.
Not to start one.
Right? Not to start one. I shouldn't support it.
And
why
are they
coming?
Why are they bad? Why are they evil?
One little word.
What?
Sin. A person who is going to raise themselves up to the place where they get to make all the decisions and they're the one who's good. That person is going to be relying on themselves. And to rely on yourself is to rely on a sinful individual.
Right.
And greed, of course, is part of that. Pride is part of that. All of those things. Sin.
Which goes into Black History Month, and we're celebrating all the months. Well, we're celebrating all the cultures because one person, I look at it as, wow, you don't get other ideas or suggestions from other people, and you don't know everything.
Right. You don't know everything, and dictators tend to think that they and people like them are better than everybody else.
Okay, and that's a no-no.
And how much can you learn? My son took me to a sugar plantation in Louisiana, and I'm still learning things about Black history. I always knew about the cotton industry and how the cotton industry, was financed by the free labor of the slaves, right? But I didn't know about the slaves being used in the sugar industry. And places like Louisiana, which are just off of the Mississippi River, that land was right for growing sugar, right? And so I went to this plantation, and the story is told, about, and you walk through the big home that was the master's home that's still there, and you learn that it was built on this silty, land just off the river. So why is it still standing? It's still standing because it was built by not just slave labor, but the slaves who have been architects in Africa. And they knew how to build on this kind of land. And so hundreds of years later,
It's still there.
this is still there. So how can you tell me, right, that the types of laws that were in the United States don't teach slaves to read? Why? Because, there's information that they can learn, right? And, slaves are not anything but 3/4 of a person. Wait a minute, what? Right? So when you start degrading people and then start feeding that into the next generation, that this is what these people were like, right? Misinformation has continued.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Where African people, just because you didn't understand their language or their customs or their culture, didn't mean that they were ignorant.
Right. All I can say is right. I got stories for that too.
Yeah, so understanding the importance of teaching not only African American children Black history, but all cultures Black history, is to begin to appreciate who Black people are and where they came from, and understanding the importance of that culture. Just because you don't understand a language doesn't mean that there's an intellectual deficit involved. Yeah, so I learned that from history and from understanding and appreciating Black history.
That's deep. That's all I can say.
Now, did you bring anything along with you to talk about Black history?
You have to excuse me. I really didn't.
Okay.
But I can go to that, the story you just gave, because my great-grandmother, and my mom and dad, for that matter, picked cotton.
Whoa, wait, your parents are still living. Hello.
My mom is
not this long ago.
No, my mom is 83, and my dad's 85. My mom will be 84 next month.
Wow.
Picked cotton.
See.
And my great-grandmother was on a plantation.
See.
Wow. So,
I want you to get more into
I learned a lot about that. So
I want you to get a little more into that, maybe next show or even show after.
Oh, sure.
Sure. Because we tend to think of the word history, and we're
As
thinking,
in 100 years ago.
Hundreds of years back and all this. No,
it's not very far away.
Right. So to understand Black history, I think is very important.
Oh, it's very important.
Understand.
My kids, we are in the midst of still teaching my kids about Black history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to learn more about my family.
Yeah.
And I still want to do one of those, ancestry searches or what have you.
Yeah.
But from what I did find out, I found out that my grandfather, so that's not that far back.
It's not that far back.
Right? My father's father. So he was living in the late 1800s.
Okay.
Owned a business. Wait, what?
Yep, owned a business.
A Black man?
A Black man.
In the late 1800s in Maryland, right? Which is considered the northernmost.
That's the north.
Southern state. But it's considered the northernmost southern state.
Yeah.
So it's sort of south.
Sort of south. Sort of, kind of.
Sort of, kind of. And so to own his own business
That's rich.
was huge. And it sent a message
Yeah.
to his children.
Yeah.
So my dad was always a very independent kind of person, right?
Okay.
He ended up being a pastor, and pastors are basically CEOs of the church. But before he was a pastor, he had a photography business.
Wow. Go figure.
An entrepreneur. Now he had other jobs. So here's the entrepreneurial spirit now here in him, right? And then anybody who knows me,
Anybody who knows her.
I've been in business since I was 10, I think, started with different businesses. Both of my sons own their own business.
Right.
And it's when you learn about who you are and from whom you came, right? It says something to you. It says something to you about what you're capable of, right? Your capabilities, and you can live in them and you can move in them.
Yes.
Right? Much like we were talking about in our opening verse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we do want to spend a little bit of time also on our second subject.
Which is
Love.
the love month.
This
The
is
love
February,
month.
right?
February.
14th.
Is the day.
Right.
Don't forget February 14th, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. So I already bought cards
Ooh.
for my sons, my daughter-in-law, and my grandbabies.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's gonna get Valentine's.
You're convicting me. Okay, I'm
card.
gonna get on it. All
But
right.
wait, hold up now. But see, this year, I don't have a boo.
You don't have. You know what?
So talk to me about how I'm supposed to handle Valentine's Day.
You won't have a boo. But
I'm not the only one out here.
She won't have a boo. You might not have a boo, but there are other people who love y'all and will give you something.
Will. Because Valentine's Day, that's one of those things. Valentine's Day and amusement parks
Okay.
are just not for single people.
No, they're not.
You've
lived up your foot.
The seats at amusement parks are for two.
Somebody's coming. Somebody's coming. Somebody's coming. Somebody's coming. Yeah, we're going to pray on that. Somebody's coming.
We're going to see. I need to know about, all the single ladies, right? I need all the single ladies to write in and say, what is Valentine's Day like? For you as a single lady. Maybe this is my first Valentine's Day in a long time.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I'm, like I said, I'm already ready to reach out to other people.
I'm going to get her some chocolate or something.
To do stuff for other people, and
Just in case.
Just in case.
Okay.
But you don't know. So how do you handle that?
I don't know.
You don't.
I don't even. If I'm honest.
You had a boo your whole life.
Yeah, just about.
She's been not only married to Tony Simon for
31 years.
31 years, but they knew each other since
5. First grade. We were 5.
First grade.
Yes, 5.
That's so awesome. It's such a cool love story to me.
Yes.
Okay, I know the whole story though. Yes. So anyhow,
it is a cool love story. It is
a very, very cool love story.
Yes.
So not all of us have a cool love story. So what do we do about Valentine's Day?
We're going to figure something out.
When we don't have a really cool love story.
I think a cool love story is coming.
Yeah.
I do. Okay. I think a cool love story is coming. And
I am an incurable romantic.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Well, you can always watch a whole bunch of Hallmark.
The whole love story, James and my love story was like really, really cool.
Yes, it was.
It was a really cool one.
It was.
It's going to be hard to beat.
It was very, yeah.
And so she's all laughing and stuff. Yeah, because the joy of the Lord is my strength,
That's right.
right? And I'm really okay. I really am okay, right? But I want to live I want to. That's what we want this show to be about, right? Your life matters. I don't want you single ladies or gentlemen, if you're watching, I don't want you to be moping yourself away, because oh, it's Valentine's Day, or what have you. How do we handle, as Christians,
as Bible believers,
as Bible thumping,
yes,
believers? How do we handle it, right? Yeah, we have the best love story in the world. The God of the universe, man, he thought enough of you to die for you, right?
That's right.
You were to die for.
You were to die for.
Right.
I was hoping you brought that up because that's it. It's hokey, but it's true.
But it's true.
God, Jesus gave his life for us. That's a love story.
That's a love story.
Yes.
And so focusing on that, rather than who I'm not with.
That's right.
Let's focus on who we are with.
That's right.
Yep. I do have Jesus.
You do.
But wait, does he not send flowers?
He sends flowers.
Yeah, he does.
So just going out to your front yard and get you some flowers.
He sends flowers. It's just, so let's talk about that some more.
Yeah, you matter.
Yeah, in the next show. So I'm Dr. Sharon Norris Elliott.
And I'm Lady Laura Simon.
And we're going to be back with Bible bits, Black history, and love.
Love.